Next is stomach. After esophagus, food pipe. Okay. After food pipe, stomach. Food pipe is attached to the connected to the stomach. So what is a stomach? A big flat U-shaped bag, and the widest part of the alimentary canal is stomach. It is connected from one end to food pipe, and from the another end it is connected with the small intestine. Okay. The inner lining. Okay. The inner lining of the stomach secretes three main juices. Okay. First is mucus, second is hydrochloric acid, and third is digestive juice. Okay. One by one I will tell you that what mucus does, what hydrochloric acid functions, and what is the function of digestive juice. Okay. As I have told you that the stomach is connected to the food pipe from one end and with the small intestine from the another end. Okay. And the inner lining means inner part of the stomach. Okay. Inner lining of the stomach releases mucus, hydrochloric acid, and digestive juice. So mucus. What does mucus? Okay. Mucus helps in killing the bacteria, which mucus helps in killing of the bacteria, okay, in our stomach. Next is hydrochloric acid. Okay. Hydrochloric acid, HCl. Okay. When food enters our stomach through food pipe, there are several acid released by the food. Okay. And one of the acid which is released by the stomach is hydrochloric acid, and that hydrochloric acid kills the harmful bacteria which enters in our stomach along with the food that we eat. Next is digestive juice. Digestive juice is being released by the inner wall of the stomach, and that digestive juice helps in the digestion of the food. Means it breaks down the complex food items which we eat to the simpler food items. Means this digestive juice helps in the digestion of the food. After stomach, the food comes in the small intestine. Okay. When the food comes in small intestine from stomach, what is small intestine? Okay. Small intestine is highly coiled and is about 7.5 meter long. What is the length of the small intestine? Length of small intestine is 7.5 meter long. Okay. And it is highly coiled. Okay. It receives secretion from liver and pancreas. As I have told you that in human digestive system there are secretory glands. First is salivary gland, and then liver and pancreas. Okay. So liver and pancreas releases their secretion in small intestine. Liver secretes bile juice and pancreas secretes pancreatic juice in small intestine. So what bile juice does? Okay, what is the function of bile juice? So bile juice helps in the digestion of fats. Okay, and pancreatic juice helps in the digestion of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. So we can say that the actual digestion of foods starts in the small intestine. Actual digestion takes place in small intestine. Okay. As I have told you that liver and pancreas releases their secretion in small intestine, which is bile juice and pancreatic juice. Bile juice helps in digestion of fats, and pancreatic juice helps in digestion of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. There is another secretion in small intestine, which is by the intestine itself. Okay. So intestinal juice also secretes in the small intestine, which helps in breaking down the complex substance into simpler substance, and then the final digestion of food takes place in the small intestine. Okay, that's why it is said to be that the digestion of food or fats, carbohydrates, proteins takes place in the small intestine and it is about 7.5 meter long. Which secretes their secretion in small intestine? Liver and pancreas. Okay, liver secretes bile juice. Always remember this. This can come in 1 mark question in your examination. And pancreas secretes pancreatic juice. Bile juice helps in the digestion of fats, whereas pancreatic juice helps in the digestion of carbohydrates, fats and proteins. So, in small intestine, the digestion of food takes place. The digested food now passes into the blood vessel in the wall of the intestine. This process is called absorption. Okay, as I have told you about the small intestine, that it is about 7.5 meter long and it is highly coiled, and the digestion of food takes place in the small intestine by several secretion of the liver and pancreas. Okay, so when the food is digested, okay, when the food is digested in small intestine, what happens? The digested food now passes into the blood vessels. Okay, the digested food passes into the blood vessels in the wall of intestine, and that process is called absorption. Okay, next one more important thing came here, which is villi. Okay, what are villi? See, small finger-like projection in the small intestine. Villi are the small finger-like projection inside the small intestine. And what is the function of villi? It helps in absorption and transportation of substances such as protein, called assimilation. Okay. What is the function of villi? Villi absorb the nutrition from the blood vessels and it transport it to the various part of the body, and that substance such as proteins, and that complete process of absorption and transportation is called assimilation. Okay. The last part of the alimentary canal or human digestive system is large intestine. After small intestine, we'll discuss about large intestine. Okay, it is wider and shorter than small intestine. Okay, it is wider and smaller than small intestine. It is about 1.5 meter long. The length of large intestine is 1.5 meter long, and the length of small intestine is 7.5 meter. Function of large intestine. Okay, what is the function of large intestine? It absorbs water and salt from the undigested food material. Okay, when the digestion completes in a small intestine, the undigested food material passes to the large intestine, and from that undigested food materials, water and salt are absorbed by the large intestine. Remaining waste passes into the rectum and removed out through the anus, and that process is called egestion. Okay. After absorption of salt and water from the undigested food materials, the waste materials passes to the rectum, and through rectum it comes out through the anus, and that complete process of removal of waste undigested material is called egestion. Thank you.